another video from inside the Toyota. It's been 2 weeks since I picked up all them sheds. I'm just getting out now. It's Saturday to go pick up those last 5 I had stashed. There's a great big snowy wind cloud on the mountain right now. Usually when a cloud like that's up there, it means it's gonna be a windy, cold day. We'll get out there and see how the weather is. Pretty much just gotta go straight in, pick up the horns. I might do a little glass, and I'm not gonna go clear down in again. Just there is a chance I could go find a couple matches to the singles we found. It's a long ways just for a little chalky horn, so we'll probably just go in, pick up them 5, get them hauled out, do a little glassing while we're down in there. I'll just check things out, see where the bulls are, see if they've moved in yet. It's a little later, not in a real big hurry today. We'll have big plans, so we should be plenty good on time. There's a flag in somebody's yard and it's standing straight out. That boosts the morale. Alright, we'll get back to you when we get out there. Back. We just started hiking in. We are gonna go rescue those 5 horns we left behind 2 weeks ago. It shouldn't take very long to get to them. I packed them most of the way out last time. Taking a little different route in, just maybe find something. Not a very good chance I'm gonna find something, but I guess if you're not going the same way, then there's always a little chance. We're heading in. It's really windy today. I don't know if you can hear it, but that wind is blowing today. It's not real great. We're going to keep moseying our way in. I guess if we find anything on the way in, we'll film. Next time you see me, we'll be coming up to that where I stashed those horns. I hope you can hear me over the wind. It is freaking windy today, but we just made her down to the stash pile. Looks like they're all still there. We're gonna hurry and get them strapped on and get up out of here. We're out here, so I might just get on top on the benches and cruise them in the trees out of the wind for the rest of the day. You really don't find a lot doing that. They're very scattered. You can walk miles and miles and pick up 3, 4, not even that, maybe a horn. I did glass up 2 bulls on my way in this morning. They're a long ways out and they're kind of up in their own little finger actually. I was gonna film them, but I was glassing right into the sun and I could barely see them through my binoculars. Gonna hurry and pull these out. I'll show you the 2 sets that are in there. The single, they're not very big. Go cruise the benches out of the wind. Okay, let's get these things dug out. I believe this is one of the singles. Got that little dropper. Little 6-point devil tine. Pretty much a raghorn. We'll take him home. The other little set, just a little 6-point set, nothing too special. I thought this was a set, but I don't know, they don't feel the same, but oh, they might be. Yeah, they're a set. This is the second set we left. Get him strapped on. Get these things on the pack and get the heck out of here. There they are on the pack, all 5. Nothing huge, should be a pretty easy pack out of here. Let's get the pack on, get up out of here, and then go. Let's go hike the easy stuff today. I've had enough of these cliffs. When you lift your pack up off the ground, throw it on your shoulders, you know that it's not very heavy. Like I said, nothing huge on here, but we're gonna take them home. Hopefully them bulls stick around. It's hard though. The elk here, I might see them right here now, and then come 2 months when it's time to look for sheds, they may be clear out of the country. They never really hang in an area. You just gotta find where they shed, and then that's usually where, there'll be 3-4 bulls together. You find one set, and then you're usually gonna find the rest with them, and then they move out. You can see fresh tracks in the spring, and follow them tracks thinking that you're gonna find horns, and heck, you end up finding the browns to them bulls 5 miles away, and they just happen to be heading from A to B, and they drop their horns right there randomly in the middle. They're not hanging, they're not living nowhere, they're just constantly on the move. Makes for a lot of miles. It's fun, takes you to cool places following these out. Let's get up out of here. I'm out here shed hunting, picking up elk sheds. I decided that I'd make a little detour and show you guys something. I'm going to tell the story about how I kind of found it. If you don't want to hear the story how I found it, you can just skip on through this. If you want to see what I found, then you can check it out, and if not, you can just skip through this part of the video. It was 2018 I was down here. I'd found this area, and I was out here looking for a specific bull sheds, and I'd been looking for them for years. And I finally found this area. It had to be here. It's the only spot I hadn't checked yet. Didn't even know it was here, just happened onto it. Great country. There had to have been. This is where he lived. I glassed it from every angle I possibly could. I glassed it from this ledge, that ledge, every angle, and I never even spotted a horn down in there. And it was so nasty to get down in there that I wasn't gonna bail off in there just without even knowing there was a shed. Later in the spring, after I'd went all my other spots and checked, and I still couldn't turn up his horns, I thought I'll go back and glass that one more time. I just couldn't stay away. It looked too good. I got to the edge, started glassing, still nothing. I couldn't hold back no more. I had to go down in there. So I trudged down off into this nasty canyon. Not even an elk shed glassed up, but I couldn't help but stay out. I had to go down there. I had a feeling I was missing them. Couldn't see them. The picture I just looked at my phone was from May. So it was starting to get warm. Because I remember I was sitting on the north facing hill, kind of in some shade glassing. Spent the whole day down in this canyon, just beat myself up all day. Never found a horn. There was old sign, not even fresh sign, and I was glassing just a big open side hill, and I still remember just catching at the very top of my binoculars. I caught something, blended in really well, but it wasn't right. It wasn't natural. So then I got looking closer, and at the time I didn't have a very good a pair of binoculars. I was a long ways away, so I could kind of make things out. I figured I knew what it was. I just couldn't believe that I'd actually what it was. It's better than finding a shed for me. I love sheds. Picking up sheds is great, but I think this is better than a shed. I spot it through the binoculars. I'm sure I know what it is. That day I was way too far away and too far across another canyon to even remotely get to it. From when I was glassed, I'd kind of looked at the terrain around it and figured out a way to get down to it. A month or two later, I came down to it. I will turn around and show you what it is. So the first time I ever walked in here, I actually came in. I just came in from over there. There's my pack with my horns. I came in this way this time, but the first time I came in from the other direction, and when I walked in, that little room right there was the first thing I walked up to. Here's a little grinder stone. It's kind of different from other ones I've found before. I mean, you can see where they ground on it, but you can also see right in here, around the edges. It's like they picked it first to kind of get the indent started, or maybe they're just trying to get one started and never finished it. But you know, that honestly, that grinder stone, the stones they used to grind with, there is one right here somewhere that I seen. Oh, it's over here. I mean, it's just a partial of one, but right there, those two things are honestly the only like artifacts in this, besides, I mean, the whole thing. But there's really no pottery, no flint. Like, I've been in here once and I'm looking again now, and I'm not seeing any pottery or anything in here. It's kind of strange. You'd think something of this size would have pottery in that. I mean, there had to have been a few Indians living in here. Let's go up and check this main room out. So this is the south facing wall. This alcove faces south. This is the first wall. I mean, that log right there, that's my hand, and that's a massive pinyon tree. And it is so rugged and steep right here on this. They built this right out on the very edge. I mean, it looks like they had to put that stone and that stone in, but I think everything, maybe they built underneath it a little, but for the most part, they built right out here on this edge. And I want to walk around and show you that other side, but it's pretty loose right here. This is this is facing east, another great big log here. You can't quite see it, but back there in the corner they have a little gap there. But it just, I mean, and I got my camera on a stick, and that's above my head right there, so I'm probably 6-7 feet below the top right here. It's hard for me to see. I just don't know if they built all this. I don't think they built this. Maybe they did. I don't know. But I don't know if this mud, it's got like little lines and stuff in it. I'm not sure if that's from them or, well, I don't know. This is a little, really try my best not to break anything loose. Here's a little, you can see they kind of mudded up this, dug this little hole out right here and mudded it up. Okay, so now I'm in the more the middle, well, actually about the quarter end of it. So this is peeking in to the inside of here. I mean, that's quite large. That's probably, I don't know, 8 feet from the wall to the back there, and probably 15 feet long to this entrance. It looks like this used to all be mudded, or, you know, built from here and then up, and then this was an entrance, because there's a lot of debris right here, logs and stuff that have fell in. There's really nothing in there that's really, I mean, no pottery, nothing, just dirt. Alright, I want to do a just peek here inside this room and kind of show you guys from the inside what this looks like. So this is from the inside looking out. And it's kind of cool. They got these little, I mean, they're not even, you can tell they're not holes that have just fell out. You can actually see where they're rounded. I mean, just little peepholes for him to look out of. This little one here, this is looking into the rest of the cave. It won't focus, but I mean, I just barely poked my head in the entrance right here. I don't want to go any further in. Don't want to disturb too much, but so cool. Like, look at this little, this is in the roof. A little hole that goes, you know, just through the roof and out into another part of the room. I'm just zoomed in, but I don't want to crawl across there to get a real close look, but just look at the hundreds and hundreds of fingerprints in that mud where they just sat there and packed it in. It's so cool. So this is the room, or what's standing still right here. This is looking out across the alcove. I don't know if you can tell from this angle, the shadows look pretty bad, but so right here, there must have been another little hut. You can see a faint circle right here. A bunch of logs and rocks and stuff stacked. It's just, looks like they were too far out in the weather. They didn't last, but so this is looking back across, looking at that. Okay, so this is closer to that old room that you can kind of make out into a circle. You know, right there's the center, and this is the outside edge here. Some red dirt right there, that's strange. So this little rock right here is pretty cool. Try to get it in the shadow so you can see it, but I mean, I don't know for sure, but they say that these grooves like this in these rocks are where they used to rub their arrows, shape their arrows. Now, whether that's true or not, I'm not sure. That's just what I've been told over the years, but definitely something's been rubbed right there. There's a bigger rock over here with a lot more of those lines in it. That's the circle we just looked at right there, the center of it. And here, it's another faint circle. You can see this big rock, that log, those logs, those big rocks, another log here, and then I'm kind of standing on the boulders on this downhill side of it, but that would have been the center. Just, I'm sure there's, like how all them logs are stacked, I'm sure there was mud and rocks between them, but as that everything kind of eroded away, they just fell into a pile right there. This here, this is the big rock that I was talking about with all the lines in it. Not sure if it was arrows or not they rubbed in there, but they scraped something. This is pretty cool. We've all seen you know, little granaries and mudded up stuff. I believe this was an actual camp where there was a few living. I mean, I've never found anything this big. This is the first one that I've actually found just randomly. It's pretty cool. I bet from that very edge over there, whether there was more that's fell off or if that was the edge at the time, but from there clear to, you know, over here this edge, this is probably 100 feet across. So, you know, there was some stuff going on here. It's crazy. This is a super cool find. Well, I went against my better judgment and thought I'd try to find a new way out. Now I've come to this predicament, but I think I can get up this rock, jump onto that rock, jump from that rock, go up this rock, get on top of it right there, make a little step onto that ledge, and then make another step onto that ledge, and I can get up right there, go across, and then up that little crack. We'll see. See how this goes. Wish me luck. Jeez. I went down where that old dead snaggly cedar is where I started, and came up that rock, jumped onto that white shelf, jumped up to this shelf, come across and up this little chute. We're up on top. I know I said we were staying out of the cliffs, but my goodness, that was rough. But we're on top. We're gonna burn back to the Razor and get on it and move country a little bit. Go hit some flat benches for the rest of the day. The wind's died down quite a bit. It's kind of gotten nice. We'll go beat the thick cedars and see if we can turn up a straggler. We just to move spots, just jumped off the Razor. We just started hiking again. This bench that I'm on, it's pretty much just thick cedars. Switching from the being patient and glassing and really looking over an area to just covering ground, weaving in and out of trees. Basically just got to step on them in this kind of stuff. There's some old sign in here. I know there was some elk around here last year, but I never found any sheds in here, and I only made one hike. So we're just gonna hike as fast as we can, as much as we can, and see if we can luck into something. If we do, we'll be sure to film us picking it up. Well, as you can probably see, the sun is down now. We started hiking on this bench at about 1. It's now about 5:30, and we didn't find anything. But that's how it is sometimes out here. It's just a hit and miss. You go a couple days, don't find nothing, and then all of a sudden you find the honey hole. I just right here about to get up to the Razor. I had a trail camera on this tree that I used to run. It's kind of in a little bit of a funnel down into an area. Nice here, and I thought I'll wander down by there and see. At least been a year since I've been to it, and it looks like someone else needed it more than I did. There's where my lag bolts were in the tree. Oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Some people just can't leave your stuff alone. Made her back to the Razor. I'm gonna call it a night. Moon's out and the sun's down. I hope you enjoyed us going in and getting these last 5 sheds out of that canyon. There was 2 bulls in there, so that's good. Hopefully they stick around. Sucks my trail camera is gone. What do you do, I guess? I hope that you enjoyed the Indian ruins. Those are pretty neat. I really enjoyed finding those. I know of one other person that's seen it, and it's because I showed it to him. Besides that, I don't know if anyone's ever stepped foot in that one besides me. The first time I found it, there was indications that it had never been found. That's the end of today's video. Hopefully you guys like it. We'll try to get back out. See if we can't find some more sheds. Got skunked this afternoon. It happens. Thanks for watching.